I've got a bit of an old, nasty looking beast in the shop today. A Sansui QRX-7001 Quadraphonic stereo receiver. I've taken off the knobs. They're going, well, for the most part, I've taken off the knobs. They're going to go into some aluminum wheel cleaner because, like the front panel, they're absolutely disgusting. This unit is just in really bad shape. And the bad shape trend goes over to the amplifier as well. I removed the cover because the customer complained of no audio, and I found 4 blown fuses, one of which has been removed to see what rating it needed to be. It's 4 amps, there are 4 of them, which tells me I've probably got a blown output stage. Left and right driver card for the front and left and right driver card for the rear. These are nice and easy. You just pull them out and service them. They're great. I like working on these. I'm assuming that is a protection circuit. There's some output filtering and snubbers for oscillation suppression for the amplifier, and some active components there, and a relay. So I'm assuming that's at least the turn-on delay, if not the entire protection circuit. Capacitors are pretty big for a 4x35. They're 10,000 microfarads each at 50 volts. The transformer is absolutely humongous for a 4x35 watt amp. You would expect to see a transformer this size. My hands are pretty big, so that's a pretty big transformer. That's a fist next to that transformer, so you can see how big that transformer is. You'd expect to see that in like a 150 or maybe even 200 watt amplifier. Output transistors are 2SC 1111s, 2 per channel in a quasi-complementary configuration. Fairly typical for the era. Back under here, this is where all the quadraphonic action occurs. And Sansui's QS decoder. It can also do other matrix formats, but it's on 2 boards there. And yes, they are on cards. They do plug in. You can unplug them and service them. Makes it nice and easy. Tuner is fairly run-of-the-mill integrated stuff. There are lots of ICs. It's nice and compact, and fortunately is not giving any trouble at all. The only thing that does work on this unit is the tuner, and the tuner works quite well except for the dial light being burned out. The FM front end, AM and FM front end, is nothing huge or special. It's pretty typical stuff. I am uncertain as to what this module is. Since I don't have a service manual, I can't really tell you what that is. I assume it has something to do with the tuner. And I assume that this module back here is the phono EQ. It certainly looks like one. But that looks like that may actually be some RF circuitry in that little box, because there are some box-shaped modules here for RF as well. And usually you don't see those lumps of components in a box for analog audio. Almost every light bulb in the entire unit is burned out. I'm going to have to get some more of those. It uses 7-volt fuse style lamps. 6.3 volt lamps are fine if you can get those. 8-volt lamps would also work, although they'd be a bit dim. These lamps are 4mm in diameter and also 6.3 volts. These are 3mm and 6.3 volts, and these are for the 2-channel and 4-channel indicator. As you can see, that one's nice and blackened. You know it's blown. Some little power board here. I'm assuming it's a linear regulator of sorts. There may be some additional boards underneath this unit. I think there are. I can see there's some planar board that this thing's plugging into. Looks like I got a transistor socket underneath there, so I think I'm going to have to take off the back cover and take a look. There may be some regulators that need to be recapped or something else along those lines. So I'm going to take the bottom off and see what's underneath it.